So it is September 17th. The Federal Reserve's rate decision is upcoming at some point later today, and a drop in rates is, for the most part, what everybody expect. The market is shifting quickly in response. Some DeFi tokens are ready for some explosive upside as, again, most people expect liquidity to rotate and to increase. The money printer is turning on once again, and as such, we want to, as much as possible, capitalize on this situation. It is an opportunity. So we're going to be revealing 3 projects with massive potential. One is a tokenized assets leader partnering with TradFi or traditional finance giants. Another is a high-speed perpetuals DEX, that's decentralized exchange, which is gaining pretty rapidly in adoption. And the third is a DeFi OG preparing a Bitcoin layer 2 move. So if you at all care about what the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell have to say, and you're in any capacity involved in cryptocurrency, you're going to want to know what these 3 altcoins are. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest, whether that's into these 3 projects or otherwise. In any event, I wish you all the very best of luck, and I do so genuinely. But I am not a financial or investment advisor, and by extension, this video is not official financial or investment advice. At number 1, we have to begin with ONDO, ticker ONDO. And we probably sound like a broken record to be talking about ONDO once again. It's a project that we bring up very often on the channel. But the fact is that their market position is extremely unique and difficult, if not impossible, to copy. That's because ONDO Finance as a project has grown into one of DeFi's strongest tokenization platforms. It ranks inside the top 100 with a market cap of over $1.5 billion. And in this capacity, of course, we're talking about tokenized versions of publicly available securities, so things like US Treasuries, bonds, and now equities are all part of this model. So as markets digest today's, again, presumably rate cut, that's what everybody's expecting, demand for real-world asset yield is very likely to increase. There's a chance it's even going to spike, which very much favors ONDO's narrative. In fact, looking back to only a few days ago, we saw that ONDO partnered with Ledger, and now that means you have direct access to tokenized US stocks and ETFs, which are exchange-traded funds, through the ONDO platform. This is a big deal. It is a first of its kind development. And now we have Wall Street and DeFi investors that are coming together in this new streamlined user experience that just makes these kinds of moves that much easier. From a macro perspective, lower rates mean people have to invest to put their money to work. And so partnerships like this are adding powerful momentum to ONDO's adoption curve. As a project, ONDO is improving secondary market assets for its OUSG token as well. And that means institutions are going to get in and out of crypto and move assets on chain with a lot more ease, a lot more simplicity. And these are moves that really are critical since traditional players are stepping into tokenized markets post-rate announcement, or again, at least that's the anticipation. The ecosystem here is also noteworthy. It also continues to expand. ONDO's total value locked, or TVL, is now above $1.6 billion, which is a sign that investor appetite for specifically yield-bearing RWAs, real-world assets, is strong. We also saw treasury inflows, which grew by 18% quarter over quarter. Meanwhile, secondary market trading volumes have increased on platforms like Coinbase and BitGet. So taken all together, these are metrics that suggest strong conviction even before we get today's public policy update. Technical analysis shows us that ONDO, ONDO, held support near the 90-cent range, with resistance at $1.25 for most of 2025. As I record right now, we're just above $1.02. So my thesis here is that lower rates are going to drive more demand for RWAs, and a breakout move above that resistance point of $1.25 is a serious possibility given the short-term enthusiasm and the upside that we're facing here. And then if we look further ahead, kind of between the short-term and the medium-term, price upside could challenge the recent high that we saw of $2.05 back in December. I want to give a quick shout out to Surge here, which is a risk-free prediction game on Telegram. It's kind of a cross between Hamster Combat and even Tinder, where you swipe left or right in order to guess whether an asset either pumps or dumps. But you earn rewards in that process, and You can also pick up some nice market skills in the form of technical analysis while you're at it. There's also a daily giveaway that's been kicked off. It is super simple and it's super easy to participate in. Every day there is a coin of the day. Today it is Polkadot. And all you have to do is swipe to find Polkadot on the Surge app. When you see it, take a screenshot and then drop that screenshot under their tweet. One random reply is going to win $10 in USDT. It is super easy, so check out Surge, have some fun swiping along the way. You may as well be the one that wins the prize. But to do so, you have to participate, so check out the links in the description of this video. The second altcoin project poised to benefit in a big way from today's Federal Reserve announcement, the anticipated rate cut, is Hyperliquid, which as a project is a very big deal, of course, when it comes to trading perpetuals on a DEX, on a decentralized exchange. Hyperliquid has grown very quickly with a market cap now crossing $14 billion. It's at nearly $15 billion as I record. And its on-chain matching engine enables high-frequency trading with really minimal latency, which sets it apart from the competitors out there. If you've been using other platforms, you know what I'm talking about, because it mimics TradFi exchanges in terms of speed, scalability, and security. And in a post-rate hike environment, again, presumably, it's going to be in an even better position to leverage demand spikes. Perpetual DEXs like Hyperliquid stand to capture significant inflows. Cheaper money to borrow just means more leveraged trades. Whether you're a fan of that or not, that's likely to be at least part of the response if we do indeed see a rate cut later today. Recently, Hyperliquid integrated Circle's USDC expansion, which is big because it ensures deep stablecoin liquidity across all the trading pairs. I probably don't have to tell you that stablecoins improve capital efficiency and they build trust for institutions and retail traders alike. So a stablecoin environment that is healthy is a very, very good omen. And now Hyperliquid really does have one of the best available for users. Another big headline here is Hyperliquid's launch of USDH. That is its native stablecoin. It happened right after winning a competitive bid to expand into the stablecoin sector. Now, the stablecoin test phase has already gone live, and expectations are pretty high that it's going to attract liquidity providers in droves. Hyperliquid's daily trading volume, that's always an important metric, it has surged over $500 million for its HYPE token, HYPE, with TVL now at $669 million, according to DeFi Llama. These are live numbers here that I'm looking at. Its rising open interest levels also mirror increasing trader confidence, which is especially true when rates drive volatility across crypto markets. Now, price-wise, the HYPE token has support near $37 and resistance around $55 or so. A clean breakout above $55 could open the path to $88. That's according to certain analysts. That, of course, would also reflect growing trader adoption and ease of use with more stablecoin access. Finally here, Uniswap is our third selection. The ticker is UNI, UNI, and this one remains really the DeFi kingpin with a market cap of about $5.5 billion. Now, it's down on the last month, but there's reason to suggest that the next couple of quarters for Uniswap are going to be quite positive. This is a platform that dominates decentralized liquidity provision. And really as a brand, it has just incredible power. Uniswap has broad integrations and retail presence as well, which kind of gives it an edge when macro shifts spark trading surges or behaviors in one form or another. As rates drop, which again is what we're all expecting, users often rush to DeFi blue chips, and Uni really stands as a natural starting point when it comes to that process. The biggest recent news that I can highlight is the fact that Uniswap Labs is preparing to integrate Bitcoin on a new layer 2 network. So this is a move that's going to completely expand liquidity beyond Ethereum. BTC can trade on Uniswap on its own, and this unlocks massive user inflows from Bitcoin holders. And this is all thanks to an integration with Bob, which is building on Bitcoin. Really, Uniswap is becoming the place to swap between layer 2 solutions as well. This is an important function when it comes to interoperability improvements. For the moment, we have to deal with fragmented liquidity on different chains. But as we do, Uniswap benefits. Ecosystem-wise, Uniswap commands nearly $6 billion in TVL. Its daily trading volumes average around $4 billion per day. That's over the last 30 days. Its liquidity provider community is also one of the most engaged in DeFi, in decentralized finance. and there are still some great rates that you can earn on Uniswap's liquidity pools. Technical analysis would tell us that Uni's trading between a $6.50 support and a $12.15 resistance. And with catalysts, like we've been talking about, Bitcoin Layer 2 integration, analysts are expecting that UNI could retest that $12 resistance in the coming weeks. That's if price momentum builds, again, post-rate announcement. So stay tuned for whatever the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell have to say. Very likely, it's going to have a pretty big impact on cryptocurrency, and especially these altcoins.